So tomorrow is Mothering Sunday, and it's a day when many of us will be separated from our mums or our children, and it can be a bit of a challenging day on a good day really. It's a challenge for anybody preaching how to address a day that for some is an absolute pleasure and for others is much more complicated and often very painful. And indeed the gospel reading is hardly a celebration of the joys of motherhood. Mary's told that her son will be disliked and a sword will pierce her own soul too. The fortunate among us have had positive experiences of motherhood, but are well aware that for others that's not the case. Not only are there those who've had a difficult relationship with their mothers or children, there are also those who still acutely feel the loss of a mother or child, and others for whom what should have been a nurturing relationship has been a source of pain and sadness. For others, it exacerbates an unfulfilled desire for children who never arrived. When my own mum was still alive, I always sent cards which celebrated Mothering Sunday rather than Mother's Day, and they're not the easiest to find, to be fair. And my own children know that cards from them need to be Mothering Sunday ones too. So we'll see what tomorrow brings, given the fact that we're all currently on lockdown in the house. Maybe at 23 and 25 they're not too old to still make their mum a handmade card. Mothering Sunday was never meant to be solely about mothers. Its original meaning was more about mothering. The day itself grew out of the tradition of visiting the mother church, the cathedral, and taking an offering for presentation at the altar there. And the fact that this was done at the midpoint of Lent made it something of a break in the penitential season. The ups and downs of motherhood, the joys and anguish, the hopes and the disappointments, show us something of what God the Father must experience for his children. The joy of their praise and delight in the goodness of the world, the pain of their turning from him, of rejecting his love, the sacrifice given for the love of his children. So today is a good day to reflect once more on the God who is both mother and father to us all, a day to be grateful for the parent love of God. The New Testament reading from Paul's letter to the church in Colossia begins by reminding the readers that they're people of God. They belong to him, they are born of him, and therefore we'd expect to see the qualities that are in God reflected in their lives too. Qualities of compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, patience, tolerance, forgiveness, peace, thankfulness, and love. At the moment, with all the coronavirus stuff going on, there are many places where those qualities are sadly missing. Yet, in our Christian communities, as people are stuck at home isolated, I've seen lots of those qualities being lived out. And when people see those qualities in us, they will see God, our Father. But we can only produce those qualities by spending time in the presence of the one who shows them completely. And as we spend time with him, so we come to be more like him. So on Mothering Sunday, may we worship God. Even though we may all be at home, we still worship together as a heavenly body on earth. And may we come to know more deeply the God who is our mother and father, and may we come to be more like him. We're a church community who doesn't define people by marital status or parenthood, but recognises that we are all included and loved by God. We pray today for all of those for whom Mothering Sunday is a difficult day, one of pain, for those who don't want children but are constantly asked why they have none, for those who want children but can't have them, for those whose children have died, for those whose mothers have died, and for those whose relationships have broken down. Jesus, be close to all who lose or become distant from the people they love, especially parents mourning their children. If we are separated from them by death, may we trust in the ultimate victory of God's love, which will gather us together once more. If it is through alienation or misunderstanding, then may we be confident that one day God's grace will cast down every barrier, and we shall be at home with each other in you. Amen. have a good day, whatever you're doing, and I hope you can at least video, FaceTime, or phone your loved ones today, even if you can't be with them. And our prayers are with you wherever you are.